Now, Excy has 4 adjustable heights, and right here we're at our highest height. So when are certain situations where you might say, hey, let's put it a little bit lower? Let's say here, this is on our lowest position, you know, and then we can take it higher and higher and higher.
Yeah, so I think the highest position initially is a good spot, especially if you're standing.
Okay.
Because that's going to, for most people, put that crank arm at the best position for their shoulder. But if you have an injury, say frozen shoulder, that you don't have the range of motion to be up in that range, we may want to start you with a lower position, maybe the middle position or the lowest position. The other things we might consider are if you have restrictions on range of motion post-op, or with an injury, a tendonitis or something like that, that we're trying to protect you from going overhead. Now maybe we want to do it in a little bit lower position.
Okay.
Other reasons we might want to have it in a lower position are if we're specifically working muscles like the bicep curl that maybe people have seen you doing on there.
Yeah.
Or a really strong triceps press on there. We may now want to put that in a little different position to give you a different feel and to work that muscle more specifically, as opposed to getting a full range of motion through the shoulder.
Okay. Let's talk about range of motion. And, you know, we see this often where if somebody has an injury, it might be hard for them, you know, the idea that they might feel like they're never going to make it in a full rotation. It's like it just feels so painful. And so maybe working through those tiny motions.
Yeah, correct.
How would you recommend to do that and with the tiny motions?
Yeah, so I think just like you were doing right there, and just as similar on a stationary bike, if you were working a lower body injury and you couldn't get your knee to bend all the way around, or your hip doesn't allow you to get all the way around, we can do these little pendulum exercises where we're going through smaller ranges of motion. And let's say right now your left arm is the injured arm, and maybe you can't get that high, so the left arm is really going to be the one that's down here working it. Okay. And if it doesn't have some of that full range of motion, or it doesn't have full strength, you can now use your other arm as well to help you push into some of those ranges of motion while working alongside of that with the left arm until you can get all the way around.
Okay. One of, you know, our range on Excy with resistance is 2 to 70 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? And just starting out with an injury, obviously very light resistance. Now, as we get and we crank up higher and higher, we still want people to focus on keeping on the outside. Like here, I have a lot of resistance right here. But do you see where my posture and my core is changing?
The higher the resistance, the more your core is going to have to come in to make sure that you don't rock side to side. You're not rocking the Excy side to side, and you're really getting the most benefit out of the specific muscles that you're trying to work on, as opposed to substituting with muscles that you're not really trying to focus on.
Exactly.